So, what's up, guys? My name is Timón, aka George Leon. This is my brother from another mother, Pumba, aka Ronald McDonald. And today, we will be discussing, are aliens real? So I'm gonna be on the side that aliens are not real. That's what I'm gonna be debating.
And I'm gonna be in the side that aliens are real.
Right. So talk to me, son. Talk to me.
Aliens are real. Like it's
No.
Why? What?
All right.
With my evidence starting with the source, astronomers double down on claims of strongest evidence for alien life by Wilkins Alex. It talks about how there's already been a planet with the possibility of life, with liquid water, and as almost as Earth, just like same materials that life on Earth produces on other planets.
They found life on it.
No, listen. It's material that is produced by life on planets.
And they found the materials. Now where's the life?
Yes.
Because I got another source right here that I'm about to cook you up with that you probably didn't know about. Right? It's an article written by Snyder B.D. Al, which is the timing of evolution suggests that intelligent life is rare. You want me to tell you why intelligent life is rare? Right? Because all of the singular steps that Earth took in order to be able to habit intelligent life and to create that intelligent life. I'm talking about eukaryotes, multicellular organisms, and intelligence on its own took around 4 billion years. And it took another 3 billion years from when life began. It took 3 billion years just to create intelligent life. You feel me? And it took 1.5 million years to create simply complex life. And the habitable lifetime of a planet, according to Andrew Snyder, Anders Sandberg, Eric Drexler, and Michael B. Bonsell, which are the people that wrote this first article, according to them, the habitable lifetime of a planet is 5 billion years. You feel me? 5 billion years. So do you think there could be life, but is there intelligent life? That they can be like me and you, right?
Well, you did say that it's rare. You said rare. You didn't say it's not real, but you said it's rare.
Extremely unlikely to say.
Extremely unlikely, but it's not impossible. I never said that they had to be intelligent. I just said that they're different life on different Earths.
Okay, now let me ask you a question. What do you think aliens are? Do you think aliens are just little sperm cells? Okay, maybe not.
What the heck?
I mean, they could be anything, any life outside of Earth. I consider alien. It could be any life. Just a little amoeba, a little doodle. If it's alive, then it's alive.
Huh?
There might be different stuff on different worlds, but I truly believe that aliens are real. As I said for my next point, there's been many sightings on Earth. Many sightings.
On Earth.
On
Of
Earth.
aliens.
Of aliens.
So Mark Zuckerberg.
What?
Barack Obama.
What?
Michelle Obama.
What?
AKA Michael Obama.
What?
Michelle Obama for sure. But like, my next source, it would be Stranger Than Fiction, the search for evidence of extraterrestrial sightings from Peppa Goldschmidt.
Peppa Pig?
She talks about that there's been many sightings way before, many times. Even during the Third Mithridatic War is an early example.
The what?
Mithridatic War.
In the beginning,
Mithridatic War as an early example of such reports. She talks about how Plutarch's account. She talks about Plutarch. I don't know how to say his name. Says that even when they were at war and they were fighting, he's seen this oval-shaped like flame moving around the earth, moving around the sky. I mean, this is her main example.
What was the Mithridatic War?
I don't even know what that day was.
Let me see.
I don't know when that year was. Let me so real.
How do you spell it? Brother, that was in 88 and 63 BC.
Exactly. And there's writings on it that says that they've seen flying.
88 and 63 BC.
That's our earliest examples.
88 and 63 BC, brother. That guy could have been around cold, bro, you know.
Could have been, but those are examples. You know, there's another example too. which I don't have the source, but I've seen it, that it was written in a news report somewhere around 1880 that there was a sighting in Mexico that a flying unidentified thing flew past it, and everybody in that city gave the same description of the same thing they saw, even if they were like miles apart. They went all around the city. They gave the same description: small body, long arms, and a round head. So you telling me the whole city gonna lie? I don't think so.
You know what could have happened though? The whole city could have been on coke. I'm gonna skip source 2 for a minute, because I think source 3 fits this little argument that you've given me, which comes from NASA itself, the North American Scientific Association. Just kidding. It's a report from the NASA and the University of Delaware from 2023. An astrophysicist from the University of Delaware called Federica Bianco was appointed to a NASA panel where they were talking about UAPs. UAPs are unidentified anomalous phenomena, right? You feel me? We're talking about big words now.
Yeah,
We're talking about.
I don't understand none of that, but yeah,
Yeah, you feel me?
I don't even think you understand it either.
Basically, what they were talking about was that they have no credible evidence of extraterrestrial life, and that there's no evidence that UAPs are actually extraterrestrial, right? They stated in that report that the absence of controlled data means reported sightings do not rise to the level of evidence of extraordinary phenomena. They said that in sum, neither the U.S. intelligence studies nor unbiased scientists have found any UFO that withstands rigorous scrutiny as alien technology. Right? Because we're not talking about what separates life from non-life.
So
Right? What is the makeup of an alien?
anything like literally a cell. A cell would count as extraterrestrial life because it's not on our Earth. It's on another planet. Anything that gets that breathes and lives would be considered alien, in my opinion. I don't know what those Mexican people are talking about, the low body, low arms, but they probably just saw someone that looked like them because they're all short over there. There's no way that we're the only planet in our universe that had perfect life, that had the perfect opportunity
No,
for
but
life.
it is true. But like now that I read, because I didn't know this before, going back to my source in the first article, which is called "The Timing of Evolution Suggests Intelligent Life is Rare." I mean, we're talking about that intelligent life has only existed for the last few million years, when life began forming around 4 billion years ago. And I also didn't know that the span of habitability in a planet is around 5 billion years. That means we only have a couple 100 million years.
Yeah, we only have a little bit left. Yeah,
You mean we could die tomorrow?
we really could.
You feel me? We could, time flies, as people like to say. Time flies. So, and these are in perfect conditions. We're talking about the argument of a God existing stems from this.
Yes.
How perfect our conditions were.
Yes.
And the fact.
Yeah.
So we're saying our conditions are perfect, and it took us around 4 billion years. What is up with you?
I'm agreeing with you. I'm looking at you and I'm listening.
Go and ties into my second source. Which is called "Biosignature Claims Are Ambiguous Without a Theory of Life." Basically, what a theory of life is, it's kind of like, how can I put it? It's like a set of rules. Like you have a regular theory. It's like a set of rules that would separate life from non-life, right? And in this source, they say, for example, a rigorous theory of life, as we're talking about in source number 3. It says, in sum, neither the U.S. intelligence studies nor unbiased scientists have found any UFO that withstands rigorous scrutiny as alien technology. There has to be rigorous scrutiny. Yes. In the second source, it says that without a fundamental theory of what distinguishes life from abiotic chemistry, any observed out of equilibrium gas, and I can't sit here and tell you that I know what it means by out of equilibrium gas, but I could search it up really quick. It's like could have non-biological origins, right? Because it states in the first couple of points in the source, it says that Smith and Mathis, because this article was written by Harrison Smith and Cole Mathis, they propose that all biosignatures suffer inherent ambiguity, right? Inherent ambiguity means that they're basically unclear. Like they're not concrete evidence, right? Because we cannot absorb aliens directly. We only we can only absorb indirect chemical or spectral signals that we receive from outside of the Earth, right? And so without a fundamental theory of what life is, we can't really decide on whether what we receive from outside is life or is simply abiotic chemistry that is out of equilibrium. It is a rarity. You feel me?
I feel you.
You feel me? I think I'm making a pretty.
You're making a pretty good point, but
point.
I mean, you can't deny the fact that there have been discoveries of life. Back to my first source, astronomers double down on claims of strong evidence for life. The researchers behind the bold claim that they have recently seen chemical signatures of life on distant planets.
Could that be chemistry that is out of equilibrium? Abiotic chemistry that is out of equilibrium.
Perhaps, but they say that these chemical signatures come from life. For these things to happen, there has to be life somewhere else for it to happen. So
it is.
Point shut down, boy.
You must be from another place because you're from here. You're not from this earth, bro. You're not from this earth.
I'm possibly defending my people.
Right, that is hard to defend because, I mean, it's simply hard to cover the whole universe.
It really is.
It's really hard to cover the whole universe because I could cover this earth. I could talk to you about the same report from my third source, right? In that report panel between NASA and the University of Delaware, where they basically stated that most anomalous sightings have been later identified as mundane. Basically, that no advanced drones, balloons, atmospheric plasmoids, or even internet satellites reflecting sunlight. Like, for example, there's a pilot. I don't know if you've seen that. When NASA started, not NASA, sorry, the government started releasing reports of UFO sightings. There's a video of a pilot seeing random lights following him, right? And it is later identified to be a cluster of Starlink satellites, not an alien ship.
See, you be just on the government too much, bro. You a damn alien, aren't you? You're trying to like hide your people.
Imagine I just transform.
The little alien.
I
the little alien
I slap
Mexican.
you and I just got to throw.
Why would you slap me though? I'm on your side. What?
We're gonna enjoy our time. We're in New York.
Also, you can't also a lot, even though they say there's no evidence of aliens, you can't say that a lot of people don't believe in it. NASA even has a research facility for aliens.
For sure.
For like my third source, the search for extraterrestrial life. NASA begins their search for extraterrestrial intelligence called the Microwave Observing Project. The naming needs to be a little better, but
Sounds like the microwave.
the project costs about 100 million and is more intense effort than past SETIs, which have have their. Well, I guess it was a noise. They say it was like they heard like it's like a radio.
It's like a radio signal from outer space, right?
They got that radio.
I've seen that on Instagram.
Have you seen that? Which could have been anything. They say the noise was like a low pitch. Like it would have been like a more high pitched. But that's they got that after they sent their own.
Oh, so they got a response.
Maybe it's a response, but like
Why you calling me, bro?
You'll get off my line, bro.
So it's hard because, like, for example, I think there's clear evidence that aliens. I generally think that there's clear evidence that aliens on Earth have no.
Yeah, I personally say that aliens on Earth, maybe not. But I don't mean that alien. My point would be that aliens are not on Earth, but
it makes
everywhere.
It would be so unlikely for there to not be something else unlikely,
and especially in our universe. Yeah. I get what you're saying. What I'm saying is like it's really, like you said, it's really unlikely, especially with how huge our universe is. Like it's not the biggest, but it's big. You know, it's a universe. Like there's different.
It's not the biggest. There's bigger universes out there, but
I mean,
it's the multiverse now.
If it's real, I don't know, yo.
Oh shit! So I think to close it off, I definitely think that we have enough evidence to prove that there has not been any alien sightings. We don't have any evidence that proves aliens are real, especially on Earth.
On Earth.
On
But
Earth.
we have had life. We have had sightings of life. We've,
Life. Which could be abiotic chemistry,
it, could,
irregularities.
it could be, but it could also be something else.
Basically, this question has no answer. If you
It really
think about
does have
it
no
really
answer.
doesn't have an
I mean,
answer.
it's-
because at some point you have enough evidence to prove that within our intelligence there is no answer, but then you also have enough evidence to prove that there is an answer past our intelligence.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, that's it for Timón and Pumba, bro. In reality. In reality, we have no answer, bro.